Between 2021 and August 2022, federal prosecutors said that Flanagan wrote checks and initiated wire transfers that totaled nearly $410K to Middle Finger Ranch, a made-up name that Flanagan connected to his personal bank account. Middle Finger Ranch. No, it's not your favorite salad dressing. It is the company he used to pay out expenses.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, you can't make this up sometimes. Did you want to get caught? Did you want to get caught? Middle Finger Ranch.
It ain't easy. In fact, it's hard. It's downright tough growing a firm from a solopreneur to a massive team. I often get asked by people, Tyler, who mentored you? And you know what? It shows, because no one did. I made tons of mistakes on the way learning how to grow my firm from just me to the $1 million firm it is today. And so, when people ask Tyler, do you mentor or coach? I say no one should be subjected to that much of me. But what we did do is bottle up every best practice, tool, resource, template, and walkthrough that we could and package it all into what we're calling the Firm Foundation. Head over to thefirm.foundation to get access to our library of resources, tools, templates, and instructions on how you can scale your firm faster and get all the tools and resources you need to make your team successful and ultimately get yourself out of the business. Head on over as we're releasing out how to do bookkeeping workflows, tax workflows, metrics, fractional CFO, and more. So get on over, Firm Foundation, sign up for our next release, and we can't wait to see you there. Thanks.
Welcome to UnAccountable, the world's okayest accounting game show podcast for product news, updates, and education. I am your regular ringleader of a host, Tyler Otto, and I'm joined by the remarkable replacement, Kirstin Reeder, filling in for Jeremy. This is already our best episode yet.
Woohoo!
And a little addition by subtraction this episode.
And we don't hate Jeremy at all that he's living it up in the Southern Hemisphere in the summer in December.
Yeah, the group message things where he's just like, yeah, I'm not watching any of your guys' videos or content, but look where I am. I'm on a golf course right now.
I'm at the beach.
Then again, I went for a walk today here in Salt Lake City in 60-degree weather. So
it's 71 here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
there you
Denver.
go. So we ain't missing Jeremy
Merry
that much.
Christmas.
But here's the good news, listeners. Already, you need to share this episode with all your friends. Tell them to download. We don't care if they listen. But we just need the stats to be as high as possible to really just show Jeremy we do better without him. Nothing would give us greater joy than top stats for this episode. Kirstin, I want to hit you with a little into news to get started. And first off, there is a fantastic article out there that a lawyer has sued the IRS trying to recognize her pets as dependents. Yes,
Lordy.
There is an attorney licensed in New York and Utah. Of course, it would be us here in Utah doing this. But has filed a complaint with the Eastern New York District that her 8-year-old golden retriever should be determined as a dependent, saying that it meets all the criteria in every sense of Section 152 of the tax code, except for the fact that it's a not a human being. Kirstin, I'm curious. Would you want to live in a world where taxpayers could start deducting their dogs?
Please, no. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry if I offend all of my pet loving friends. But no, I'm sorry.
I'm a dog lover. I love my dogs. They're great. They sleep right next to the foot of my bed. If I watch a movie and it's like a tearjerker one where the dad dies, the mom dies, even the kid dies, it's like, oh, that's a bummer. But if the dog dies, like I am a wreck. That movie will destroy me. I mean, I care about more than the dogs and the people in any of the movies.
Even as a child, those were my tearjerker movies. The Benji movies. Am I dating myself? Yeah, Homeward Bound was a little bit late, but Benji, every time Benji came on though, surefire. I may have been 7 years old. I was crying for sure.
Yeah, Life of a Dog. What was it? Yeah, the Owen Wilson one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, this would be a world of hurt because first, if it's dogs, then is it cats? Then is it iguanas? Then is it our tax-paying clients are trying to justify every ant in their ant farm?
Well, and I'm sorry. Uh, Dogs are somewhat of a luxury. I mean, it's
Ooh, unless
not.
they're a service animal.
Or and there's already a provision for them, but just, Fifi, if I'm
The
sorry if
purse
you can't
dog?
afford a dog, a purse dog. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely don't
sorry.
want that. Also in the news this week, Kirstin, I'm super intrigued, and maybe I'll leave names out for the moment. But I got an email today. We're recording here on the 22nd, so listeners, you're listening to this a little bit later because we recorded ahead of Christmas. But I got an email today, and for those of you who paid attention, a while ago, I bought a lifetime access to a tax planning software that was okay. But I was like, you know what? Whatever. We'll bet on this thing. Well, the owner sent out an email today to everyone who has ever purchased lifetime access, giving us the stats on how the business performs and offering if any of us want to buy it before he takes it to a broker. Kirstin, would you entertain? I feel like because I got this email, I don't know if I should name names. If y'all go back and do the math, you can figure out who. But would you
So
even entertain buying this? Or, I mean, would you be concerned if this was your tax planning software?
yeah, I would definitely be concerned. But also, I guess, before I said, sure, I'll buy it, I'd want to do my due diligence. Statistics are is the stats are one thing, but okay, what kind of processes do they have in place? It's almost like buying a bookkeeping firm, What kind of processes are in place? What's in place to make sure that the software stays updated? Is that would, let's say, I don't know, you bought it because that's what you do.
My wife will leave
That's
me if I start it or acquire a company.
right. Yeah, that's what you do. But let's say you bought it.
Yeah.
Would you be the one having to make sure that you're up to date, doing all the things? Like, how has that been handled in the past? Would that be coming with it? What I'd have so many questions before I even got to the point of, yeah, let's start talking about pricing or whatever. And honestly, even before I got to the point of being able to say, yeah, I'm interested, I'd have so many questions before I got to that point. I feel like that should have been included in the email.
I mean, he included a fair bit of things talking about like why he's selling, what his margins were, some of the best years of were when he offered an education component as well as just the software, what's led to the decline, his personal reasons for getting out of it, what he thinks are the opportunities and the downfall. So he put a lot into this and basically saying like only if you're serious contact me, because I think he's trying to answer questions and not go through as many meetings of just tons of people kicking the tires.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But that's just it. I feel like he didn't include enough information. Like, I don't care why he's selling. If it's personal reasons, I don't care. Tell me why I should buy it if you're wanting to sell.
There could be a lot of reasons, but I don't know. As someone also that this tax software is what I'm using right now, I'm a little bit concerned of like, what's the support going to be like this next year? And what's going to happen to my lifetime access that I gambled on if a new buyer takes over?
Correct. I would definitely be concerned about that. Yes.
Plenty to worry about, but maybe we'll share some more details later. All that being said, Kirstin, I'm excited to bring you to our first game.
Oh, I'm scared.
And this game, Kirstin, is one I'm affectionately calling Look at That Year in the Rear View Mirror. Today, we're going to ask you about what's happened in 2025 and kind of get your takes on what you think is also going to happen going forward. How well do you think you remember this year?
Well, one, but also This is very similar to the game that I am that I have come up with for you.
Well, hopefully we're not stepping on each other's toes. We'll see how it goes.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Okay.
All right. Question 1, Kirstin. Which payroll software officially announced its embedded experience inside of Xero this year?
Oh, embedded inside of Xero. I don't know that I know.
It's the big boy. It's Gusto.
Okay, I was going to guess them, but then I thought, no, that's too obvious.
Nah. And it was a big year for both those companies. I mean, Gusto, first off, they integrate with them. They acquire Guideline. They also announce Melio's built into Gusto. And then Xero goes and integrates with Gusto, buys Melio. I mean, as we go into this year, do you think either of these companies are just going to be able to make a move that really puts pressure on the big boy Intuit in the room? Or are they still playing catch up?
I think they are, to some extent, they are still playing catch up. I think some big things need to happen for them to really make some inroads, because there are functionality reasons why we have not made I'm wanting to make the jump myself, but Xero does not have the functionality that we need.
Yep. And their API is not robust enough. There's a reason
that exactly
all our favorite practice management systems, yes, they integrate, but it's but not all these features are available on Xero, and it's a Xero API issue.
And intriguingly, one would think that, so Intuit has, they're trying to get everybody to join on to their, all the things. Come join QBO payroll. Come join time, whatever they call it, time tracking. What I forget what not T-sheets, whatever it used to be. QuickBooks Time. Now it's QuickBooks Time. Is that what they call? They keep changing names. They're trying to get you to just be on all their platform.
Yep.
Xero doesn't have that. So because they don't have that, you would think we're going to make sure that our API is amazing, because we don't have all that stuff in-house. We have to connect with everything. That's what you should do.
Well, and that's what Intuit did to become the biggest player, is ADP and Bill.com. Come hang out with me and let's grow together. And then eventually they gave the middle finger to all their best friends. So,
right.
Xero could learn from what Intuit did in the 2000s. But I keep hoping as well. Next up, Kirstin. Speaking of Intuit, though, Intuit made headlines by making a $100 million multi-year partnership this year with which rapidly growing company? An AI company. Maybe the AI company.
Oh, ChatGPT.
Looking for a company name.
Oh, gosh, what's their name? Open AI?
Well done. She found her way there. Yes, Intuit announced that because everyone has an AI bot now. Everyone has AI built into the system. And I mean, again, it just feels like conditional logic and bank rules just get more and more flashy with still requiring the work. I'm curious if you feel like all these investments in AI on QuickBooks and their bank feeds and practice management and their tools, do you really feel like this investment is going to pay off to save us that much time from having to fix contextual errors?
If we are looking at how things have been going, I feel like everything is worse. The more that they invest, the worse the bank feeds are doing when it comes to predicting the correct category. It's terrible.
I wholeheartedly agree. And I'm playing in several systems right now, and the AI is now surfacing, they're touting look, it'll find all these issues. And it found 10 issues. 9 of them are, no, that's okay. Say your cost of goods sold doubled this month. And it's well, revenue doubled. So that makes sense. but the AI is telling my client something's wrong. The client comes to me and says, "Hey, what's going on here?" And now I have to answer 9 dumb questions to find one thing that was like, "Oh yeah, but we would have found that anyway."
Yeah. I honestly, I never even look at any of that stuff because I'm like, oh, whatever. But even just, bank feed stuff, I'm like, what? It's crazy. Some of the stuff that it comes up with.
Honestly, AI, the best I've seen for it so far is doing factual research, not gaining predictive insights, and as well as writing questions for a game show accounting podcast. That's pretty much the best use case.
I know nobody who used ChatGPT to help write a game show.
Well, then you're already doing things the right way. Third up, Kirstin, which AI reporting platform, well, I'm going to say originally just a reporting platform, made waves this year at scaling new heights by announcing their own general ledger, dare I say, autonomous general ledger?
Digits?
Well done. Yes, Rob Hamilton and oh my gosh, Jeff Siebert, they get up there and start talking about their amazing new non-needing QuickBooks tools. And, Digits is one of them. We got Puzzle, we got Campfire. Do you feel like any of these players are actually going to be able to make headway in the industry and steal market share, whether it's on the lower end from QuickBooks, whether it's on the higher end from NetSuite, Dynamics, Sage?
I don't know. I don't know. And here's why. I feel like so many industries need something more than just essentially write-up service. That's basically because I feel like that's what that type of GL is replacing, is just, quick and dirty, get it done. People who are serious about their businesses, you've got plumbers, you've got tour operators, you've got hotels, you've got dentists, whatever. If they're just wanting the bare bones, get her done for taxes, I don't really care about business growth or anything, sure, that stuff might work. But whenever they're trying to actually get information to make decisions, at least what I've been told anyway, I haven't had time to look at them, they don't have the tools to do that.
No. I'll be honest. I am like you, hoping that you could switch to Zero. I've been itching to move to Digits, Campfire, or Puzzle. Like itching. I keep playing with the software. I've talked to their leadership teams. I've talked to developers on their teams. And the thing that kills me is like every time I bring up an insight of like what we are all asking for as firm owners, it's like they're hearing it for the first time. And I know I'm not the first person to say like, yeah, we need more reporting options. We need integrations with these tools. Like these insights don't work. And they're like, yeah, well, we can give you these base 4 metrics. I'm like, no, I need like different things per industry. And like, you guys don't need to solve every problem. You need to allow us to customize to be able to solve our own problems. And this is where they're struggling. But again, like Puzzle, I'm so high on them, but like they only integrate with Gusto and Ramp for credit cards, and their reporting is pretty rough still. It wasn't only until like 2 months ago you could have accountant access where you could have multiple clients under one login. Up until then, you had to have a separate login for every client. It was like you guys built an amazing ledger.
Oh, no.
But they didn't think to add that feature in early on. So I don't know. Do you think anyone's gonna make the big jump that we're all gonna start switching in 2026?
I honestly have not paid any attention because like none of them will work for my industry. Do any of them even support classes?
Puzzle does.
Okay. So, okay.
Digit says it's on their roadmap.
Well, I'm sorry. Roadmap means nothing to me because there's a particular, I see, roadmap 2 years down the road, whatever. Coming soon for 2 years. Yeah, don't talk to me about roadmap. But until someone can do projects, I have no use for you. So I don't have any time to even look at you. So
completely
sorry.
Fair. One more question for you, Kirstin. Oh, well, actually two. Which old school looking tax prep platform, known for their excellent customer service, announced the debut of their online tax platform this year?
That would be Drake.
That is. And have you looked into Drake Online? For those that don't know, Drake is it's desktop based. So you have to host it on a server if you and your team are going to use it. And it looks like it's still built in the 90s, but their customer service is fantastic and the software works reliably. Kirstin, have you even explored anything about their new online version?
No, other than being at their, I went to their update school last week, Tuesday. I was there Tuesday. I've done a lot of travel. So I went to Vegas, went to their update school, and they had a whole session on all the things that Drake Online can do. And I wasn't in love with it because for I think it's 1120s and 990s, there still has to be a desktop component, but it's not like, oh, I've already got my desktop version. It's a different desktop version. I don't want to mess with all that. So
I hear you. I looking at their website, you're right. It says in the fine print for 1120, 1120H, 1041, 990, and 706 packages. For that one, you need this separate desktop-based entry system. Something tells me they figured, what can we get online first? 1120S is 1065, 1040s, and they just started cranking. I view this as the early QuickBooks Online, probably, right? Where we're probably going to hate it for years. It's the direction they need to go long term. It's the direction that is going to be their success for the future. But we're probably going to be those curmudgeon naysayers for several years still on the desktop version, waiting for online to get better.
Right. I mean, for me, the desktop has always worked. We've just always hosted it on Verito, and there you go. Drake has had an online version for years, but it's been only 1040s. Now they finally have added 1120S and 1065s. In fact, the demo that they were showing us still had, Drake 1040 is what the name of it was on their demo screen.
Which for the non-tax preparer, 1040 personal, 1065 partnership, 1120S S Corp. Just in case people don't nerd out like you and I.
Yeah, exactly.
So the reason the 1120 and the 990 is C Corps and nonprofits, which is why, yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah. So it's just for our firm, it'd be a hassle because we do 1120s, we do 990s, not a lot of 1120s, but we do them. And so I'm like, no, we're just gonna continue the way we're doing things.
I'm right there with you. It's not worth having two processes, one for these ones, one for the other. So until it's all online, I'm not even going to give it a shot. Exactly. Kirstin, I'm going to skip the last question just for the sake of time, but well done. 3 out of 4. We're going to call you a winner for that. And already we're at that point in the show.
Are you a solo bookkeeper owner or just starting to build your team? Then you need to check out our friends at bookkeepers.com. I know what you're thinking. Jeremy, you and Tyler went through this program and you guys are inept at best, but thousands of students have gone through there and actually created fantastic firms and the freedom that they've been looking for in their lives. So a couple options that they have out there right now: the Digital Bookkeepers Association, low price. Not only does this let you learn or teach you how to scale your business, especially if you're hiring for the first time, they have bi-weekly experts come in and lead all sorts of topics with questions that you have out there. The other thing I love about this is that they have a directory of other members here where if they're not in your niche, you send them to this directory and they can find a quality accountant to work with them or bookkeeper. Other one, they are just started the AI bookkeeping membership, right? And I know AI's out there, but how do we start? This is the place to go, right? Give you the foundations, think about workflows, using AI tools. The training, again, recorded and live trainings, a private community where you can ask these questions. And as we've said so many times on the show, it's the community that gets you ahead faster. So please, if you're at that point, solopreneurs looking to grow your business, check out our friends at bookkeeper.com or email them at success@bookkeepers.com.
It's time for a nap snack. And you know what? I'm not prepared for today because you're running with this one. What are we breaking down today?
Yeah. So I want to talk about Stanford Tax. Are you familiar with Stanford Tax at all?
By name and by the fact that I talk to them every year I go to Scaling New Heights and say for sure I'm going to talk to them and then or do a demo and then I never do.
Oh, how funny. So 2 years ago, they always have, drawings at these things. I actually won a subscription to a year-long subscription to Stanford Tax. And so I met over and over again with one of the founders, and they at that time were solely focused on the questionnaire, the organizer. And I was like, I have an organizer. That's not a problem. It's the work papers that I'm after. And they had not built that out yet. So I used them just basically as a checklist last year where we were able to import the client list and all their stuff and come up with a checklist of here's the documents that we got from the client last year. And it made it just really easy for our preparers to look at and, see. Now they have finally gotten that work paper piece figured out. So I'm planning to jump on 100% with them this year. I'm using them for our organizers. They have everything already built out and it's all conditional. So, they look at your last year information and they ask about those questions again. And then you can also customize it to where if you know that they've got other things going on, they'll ask about those. People can upload the documents. It keeps track of which ones are still missing, which ones they still need to upload. And it actually will say, oh, you're missing da 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 da. Why? And the client has to say, I haven't received it yet. I no longer work at that job. Oh, here it is. Thanks for asking, that type of thing. So it keeps track of everything. It's kind of like a blend of any sort of organizer software that you use, but then also kind of a Gruntworksy thing where it uploads the documents. It will fill into this, I don't know what you want to call it, this data sheet. You can copy and paste it into the software. I think I heard somewhere in the future they're wanting to integrate with the software, but they're not there yet. I'm fine with copying and pasting. That's fine.
Yeah.
And then it'll create a nice work paper that you as the preparer can go in and check all your information. Then there's places for the reviewer and a second review to go in and check off to make sure that everything looks correct. Also, I'm super excited about that. So, I don't know. I'm excited about it.
So all that being said, are you using this for every client in your firm? Because it looks like right now, for their pricing, they're doing, $18 to $25 a return that they're helping with. Are you doing this with your entire team right now? And so your clients are interfacing with you on multiple portals because they're working with you on Stanford Tax, they're working with you on your,
So they are still growing. So yes, we will be having our portal point them to Stanford Tax, not because Stanford Tax isn't really a portal per se, but it'll kind of go over there. We'll aim them that direction. But yes, we are planning to use it for everybody.
Now, I mean, if it saves that much work, because again, 18 to $25 a return, if it's saving you just 1 hour of work, per tax return. I mean, that's an easy win.
And I love the way of having 2 reviews.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely makes it all the better. So app.stanfordtax.com or stanfordtax.com, you can head over there, check them out, and go bug Kirstin on the social medias if you want to learn more, because I ain't going to be of help to you.
And I hope, I mean, that we have not, like I said, we haven't jumped fully in, but I'm excited. I'm excited about not having to come up with my own organizer questions all the time. That's helpful. I have, and they're very receptive to feedback. I've been very pleased with that. Like, I have found some things that I'm like, ooh, I don't know that I like that question. For example, on their S Corp questionnaire, they ask about home office deductions. And I'm like, this should not belong on the S Corp organizer, because they should have already, the deduction should have already been taken through an accountable plan. There is no such thing as a home office deduction on the S Corp return or on the owner of an S Corp's return. You know, there isn't such a thing. So this question is a bad question. And it's going to lead to a whole lot of problems, because my people are going to be like, oh, look at this. Yeah, I have a home office. That you didn't run through an accountable plan. So I've reached out to them about that. And so anyway, Dan's an awful nice guy. I've talked to him a bajillion times. So yeah.
StanfordTax.com, give it a check. And Kirstin, dare I say, we're at the point. It's unaccountable. It's your turn.
My turn for a game. Yes.
You get to run your own game here. We have never turned the controls of running a game over to anyone else in the history of the show. So.
Okay. So my game is not the same as yours. We're going to talk One Big Beautiful Bill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're going to talk.
I'm down with OBB.
Okay. Yeah, you know me. Okay. So some of the provisions of OBBB, some of them took effect in 2025, and some of them take effect in 2026. And in true tax, we're going to make things simple fashion. I feel like they didn't even try. That's been the push over the last several years, is let's simplify the tax code. I feel like everybody went, no, we're not even going to pretend anymore. So here we are with OBBB, and we've got, who knows? So you're going to tell me, did it happen? This game's called Old Year or New. And you're going to tell me, does the provision take effect in 2025, anytime during 2025, or does it take effect in 2026?
All right, bring it on. I like my odds already.
Right. All right. Yeah, 50-50. Okay, so the first one, there's a new charitable AGI floor of 0.5% of your AGI for charitable deductions. So the IRS is basically saying, we want to see some effort. If you donate less than that floor, 0.5% of your AGI, you can't even deduct it as an itemized deduction. Does that take effect in 2025 or 2026?
I'm going to say New Year.
Very good. Yes. 2026. Yes. Now there is a provision where you can have kind of a standard deduction, kind of like we did under COVID. There was like that $300, even if you do take the standard deduction, if you had some charitable deductions, there is a provision for that. But otherwise, so some of these people who like, oh, I donated $200 and I, have an AGI of $500,000, it's not even going to count. Okay, next one. Child tax credit. It's increasing to $2,200 indexed for inflation per kid. Does that take effect 2025 or 2026?
Man, this is a solid guess because I have no idea. I'm going to say New Year.
2025.
Oof.
So upcoming tax season, we can see 2,200 per kiddo under 17.
So for you, you're making 100 grand?
Not anymore, man. I've only got 3 that are under 17.
Oh yeah, the rest of them, they're chasing their own tax credits now, huh?
That's right. Yep, that's right. Okay. Personal exemption for seniors 65 and older of $6,000. Is that old or new year?
Oh, I have no idea. I'm gonna go old.
Yes. And so yeah, good job. And it's only 2025 to 2028 unless it's extended.
I mean,
it's only for these 4 years.
If you're gonna sell tax policy, you only give the people the benefits while you're there, right? And then you say, look what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, tip income, the infamous no tax on tips. So you tipped employees, certain tipped employees, qualified tipped employees, they can deduct 25,000 of qualified tips. When does that start? 2025 or 2026?
I feel confident it's old year, but I'm not positive.
Yep, 2025. And again, it's only for 4 years.
Yeah. And 4 years? For some reason in my head, I thought it was even shorter. I thought it like got them past the midterms and then they're like, and it's gone.
Oh, yeah, no, 2025 to 2028.
Okay.
Okay, along same lines, overtime income, you can deduct up to $12,500 for single people, essentially, or $25,000 for married filing jointly, old or new.
I'm going to go old.
Yes. And again, 4 years. And it's only the premium amount, that half, that time and a half. It's only the half. And there's like all sorts of chaos too, because it's only for the way overtime for subject to FLSA. So if you're in a state like California that has more generous overtime laws, the sound of ultimate suffering is what we are hearing from the payroll people.
You know, I have been itching for a payroll provider to allow the mapping of wages for overtime to hit a separate account. So because we did this back in the corporate world, right now, a lot of these systems, they'll allow you to apply overtime, but they'll just take the full 1.5 hours. So if you work 1 hour, they'll put all 1.5 over there. In the corporate world, we broke it out where we would leave the 1 hour in the correct wage line, server, hostess, front desk, whatever, and we'd put the 0.5 to overtime. So now you can see the margins and metrics so much better. Why has no one done this? Anyway, sorry. You're here to talk to me about taxes, and I'm complaining about payroll mapping.
Well, and that's what it's, I mean, they're for 2025, it's going to be a mess. But for 2026, they are going to have to do that because they're going to have to report that half as the overtime.
Which means wages. I might get my new payroll mapping. Yes.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay, let's see. In the opposite of ultimate suffering, now we're going to the gif where the zebra and people are like partying. Have you seen that? There's like a little man in a zebra suit and he's like jumping up and down.
No idea, but
anyway,
yeah.
Okay. Anyway, that's bookkeepers everywhere because the reporting threshold for 1099 NECs and miscellaneous is increasing to $2,000 and then indexed for inflation starting when? 2025 or 2026?
New year?
Yes.
I was going to say, I would have seen that otherwise.
This coming January, we still have to do the whole 600, blah, blah, blah. But next January, 2,000 and then index for
hot diggity
inflation. Yep. Okay. Meal deductions for employees that are for the convenience of the employer. This includes office snacks and all that nonsense.
Ooh.
It goes to 0% deductible.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, that better be New Year.
Yes. New Year. Starting.
But I wasn't even aware of that one.
Yep. That's the very, general. Then of course there's always the exceptions, like you've got a restaurant employee that gets a free meal as part of their shift, that type of thing. Or like if they have actually purchased the meal and then there's like fishing vessels or something like that, stuff that I'm like, what lobby was involved in that,
It's amazing how much fishing shows up in the tax code.
Yeah, that and farming and dairy.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, yes, So now, meals as bookkeepers.
We got to track 3 different meal types, 100%, 50%, and now 0. Thank you. Gosh.
Yep. And with this whole office snacks and coffee, that should just be an office expense. Wrong-o, bongo.
How many people named Bongo?
I don't know. It rhymes.
Okay.
Next. Okay. 100% bonus depreciation is back starting when?
New Year?
This is a trick question. For anything placed in service or qualifying stuff, placed in service after January 19th, 2025.
Wow.
Yeah. And there again, the ultimate suffering from tax planners who are like, okay.
Maybe you should send out an email to sell your tax planning business right now.
Gosh.
Your tax planning software.
Last question. Non-residential real property, so a building, that is used as qualified production property can be 100% expensed. Starting when?
I got lost halfway through the question, so I'm just going to say current year.
No. Same thing after January 19th, 2025. So basically, you've got a building where things are made. Something is produced. However, it's only the part of that building that is actually making something. So say you've got
so I can't deduct the bathroom?
Oh, I don't know about that. Probably not. Or office space.
I'm doing my business in there.
Yeah, you can't. Well, that doesn't matter. You're not. Well, you are making. Anyway, so the production area, but then you've got the office area. Say you've got a retail front. So all the cost segregation consultants are currently refreshing their LinkedIns because they are going to be in high demand because of this, because they're going to have to segregate out the building because parts of the building that's making the widgets or whatever, that can be expensed rather than have to be depreciated over 39 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I learned a lot here. What if I wanted to learn more, if I'm a bookkeeper and I wanted to learn more about these sort of things and how I could really appease a tax preparer I work with?
Someone has come out with a course called Tax Pros BFF. And
that's a weird
so,
name.
yeah, it's geared toward bookkeepers who, like the meal thing, they're wanting to make sure that things are coded properly in the books. Some of these things are more, that we were just talking about, are geared more toward the tax person, but it kind of all depends on how everything is categorized in the software. So you can go to taxprosbff.com/unaccountable and you can get $50 off of the subscription, or not the subscription, but the course.
Awesome. Well, thank you for giving us a little promo code. And with that, Kirstin, we're at that moment.
Welcome to Fast Figures. 10 questions, 1 minute-ish. All answers are numbers. The game starts now.
All right. You've listened to enough episodes, but do you feel like you're ready to go through the gauntlet again?
It's always so nerve-wracking. Okay, let's go.
All right. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go.
Okay.
What tax form must I give my lawyer by January 31st of 2026 for services rendered this year?
1099 NEC.
According to the super reputable timeobserver.com, within 10%, what percent of Americans will stay up till midnight to welcome in the new year?
Ooh, we're going to go 45%.
What day is the fiscal new year of the U.S. government?
October 1st.
How many seconds does it take the New York... Start again, Ian. How many seconds does it take the New Year's ball to drop in New York?
3,600?
What date will the IRS e-file program shut down in 2025?
December 26th.
The Chinese zodiac calendar repeats every how many years?
90?
If an employer submits payroll for the pay period ending this Friday, the 26th, and it leaves their bank account on the 30th, so in December, but it hits the employee's bank account in January, the 2nd, Friday, will it show up on their 25 or their 26 W-2?
2025.
What day does the 12 days of Christmas end?
12th.
Credit card cashback rewards are taxed at what business rate?
Ordinary.
What is the maximum penalty for not filing a 1099 in 2026 within $100?
Maximum penalty?
Yeah.
500.
Well done, Kirstin. Welcome back. All right, let's run through these, see how you did, since we might push it on time, but some of these are going to be easy to go through. I mean, first off, the first question was just what tax form must I give my lawyer by January 31st? Trick question. We don't pay for legal services. We shoot from the hip over here. I'm kidding. 1099. Oh. Yes, that is exactly what you should give it. Nice little softball for you to warm up.
Yay.
Second question, though, before we get into the meat of it. According to the super reputable timeobserver.com, within 10%, how many percent of Americans will stay up until midnight? You said 45%, and I am going to be a jerk. I said within 10%. 56% of Americans will stay up. They say 2/3 of people under 45 and only half of 45 and older. I know I am on the younger side of that number, but I am the 1/3 of under 45 that will be in bed.
Oh, I'm staying up for sure.
You and I are both breaking our age brackets.
Every New Year I stay up and then I usually end up working. I'm not.
Some nights I don't even see 10 o'clock. Man, I love it.
No.
All right. What is the day of the fiscal new year for the government? I thought this would trip you up, but you have a spouse who works for the government.
Correct.
October 1st. Well done. Yeah, they're not dealing with all this year-end crap right now, and they're already figuring their stuff out. All right, we'll get into accounting merit questions after this one, I promise. But how many seconds does it take for the New Year's ball to drop? You said 3,600 seconds. They just do a 1-minute countdown, Kirstin.
Do they?
Just a 60 seconds.
I feel like
at 6 p.m. they put it up there and they just let it sit. They just let it sit until 1 minute. Yeah.
I don't watch it anymore, so I don't know. Okay.
Yeah. All right. What day will, or if you're listening to this podcast, did the IRS e-file program shut down? You correctly said the 26th. Does this cause problems with clients that are coming to you with late taxes? Like, is this a surprise when you tell them, like, hey, we're not getting your tax returns in right now?
I mean, we've had a couple climb out of the woodwork all of a sudden, but one of them has to be paper filed anyway. So I'm like, well, no big deal. We don't have a lot of late people that are, we typically don't. And if so, they usually aren't done by the 26th anyway. So it's like,
we've been itching to get this one done. And we're like, you got to send us the books. You got to send us. I don't know what software they're using because they send us screenshots of the balance sheet. which assets were 380K and liabilities and equity were 750. And we're like, where's the difference? They're like, oh, this is what the software says. I don't even know what they're using. They're not responding. Yeah, we're not going to get it done this week.
Yeah, no. Nope.
All right, Kirstin.
And what if you had taken off the week for Christmas? There's that.
Yeah.
I thought about having a game about boundaries and practices, but I didn't know how to turn that into a game. So anyway.
Never mind. I won't say my joke. The Chinese zodiac calendar repeats every how many years? You said 9. I'm sorry. It's every 12
I said
90.
years.
90.
I said 90.
There are 9. This is the year of the horse coming up. Do you know that? Apparently, because it's the year of energy and independence. So there you go.
All right.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, Earmark. Put that one in a quiz question. All right. Kirstin, if an employer submits payroll in December for a pay period ending in December, so I said it ends this Friday the 26th, they pay it out next week before New Year's, but it hits the employee's bank account next Friday, which this is going to happen for a lot of people.
Right. You're right.
It's going to happen. Does it hit their 25 or 26 tax returns? You said the 2025 W-2. It is when
wrong?
it is constructively available to the employee to use, which for direct deposit means it's in their bank account, or a check when it's in their hand. So it'll hit 2026 W-2. So if you fired someone this week and then you're paying out next week, you still got to give them a W-2 next year for that one payday. Yeah, bummer. Although, why are you firing Tiny Tim this week? I don't know. All right, Kirstin, 3 more. What day does the 12 days of Christmas end? You said the 12th. It is actually January 5th. 12 days of Christmas starts on Christmas, ends on January 5th.
I wasn't thinking dates.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
Regardless, also Firm Foundation, we're running a special where we're giving away 12 days of goodies and templates and tools. So if you head on over to the Firm Foundation and sign up, you'll be getting an email every day with one of our templates, tools, resources, and a 26% off welcoming 2026. So there's my shameless plug. You're welcome.
Cool.
I know. Do you like how I weave that in there? Jeremy wouldn't have let me done that, so I had to sneak that in now.
And I don't even have enough time to deal with all of the stuff that you keep coming out with in Firm Foundation. Just going to say, y'all are being very double-like in that it's like, here's all the updates, here are all the updates. And I'm like, I can't keep up. So
every Friday we're delivering. This one's going to be a big one. I think I have like 14 things I was recording over the weekend. It's a big week for the release. It's cool.
Woo.
All right, 2 more, Kirstin. Credit card cashback rewards are taxed in a business at what rate? You said ordinary. Credit card cashback is 0. It's taxed. It's not taxed. You don't get taxed on cashback, but you do get taxed on referrals. So like if you're, have a referral link for your friends to sign up and you get cash for that, you pay taxes. Ooh, what are you going to one-up me here?
Misleading question. Okay. Misleading question.
Have you not listened to our podcast before?
I don't know.
Oh, we mislead the witness all the time.
Cashback on credit card rewards is not taxed, but it is an reduction in an expense.
You can actually record it down as other income and exclude it on the tax return. So the beauty is you don't have to claim it as income at any point. You leave the tax expense at the right amount, other income. That is an easy tax win. Go check me after this. You're giving me skeptical Kirstin face.
I am definitely going to check you.
Easy tax win for you bookkeepers. First, go fact check me. Then go tell your client, look, I just moved your cashback rewards. You're welcome.
Well, it's a lot of people do code it as other income, but it's really a rebate on an expense is how it's supposed to be handled. But yeah, I'm curious. I'm going to be looking it up.
This is a good philosophy one because I will never code it to the expense line as a contra expense because if I'm buying housekeeping supplies,
it doesn't matter how it's coded in the books.
That's fair. True.
It's how it's supposed to be handled on the tax return.
Interesting. All right, last question for you.
Yeah.
What is the maximum penalty for not filing a 1099 in 2026? I gave you $100 window. You said 500. Technically, it's 680. But man, that is a steep fine.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known before I
kind
looked
of
this.
expected it to be more. I was like 25. I was going to say maybe 2,500 for intentional, but
intentional disregard, because
knows?
right, they have like that step post, process of like it's more and more, but that's per form. So if you don't give it to the vendor and the IRS, that's 2 forms for that one vendor. That's it. I can do math. $1,360 penalty every time for intentional disregard. Do you still have clients that just like, what do you mean I have to issue 1099s? I don't want to do that. My prior bookkeeper never made me do that.
Yeah, we really don't have that many because it's just kind of part of our thing. That's just what we do. This is how it works.
Still have clients.
I get that. Oh yeah, no, we don't have current clients that do that. People I'll meet like in BNI or something like that. Like I remember one time I talked about 1099s in BNI and this lady was like, what are you talking about? We've never done that. So it's people like that are the ones that have that more pushback, but I don't care what they do because they're not clients.
Well, Kirstin, if I'm not mistaken, 6 out of 10, above average. Well done, madam.
Okay.
And with that, we're already at our winner of the week. And since Jeremy's not here, I get to run with these as well. But I'm going to go like, call me a homer. Call me, I love Ben and Kenny. But Yahoo Finance has an article touting the $6.5 million raised by Double, formerly Keeper, bringing their account all time to, 12 or 13 million. I can't get the link to open up now that I'm sitting here. But first of all, kudos on them for like a Yahoo Finance article talking about what they've done.
Wow,
and
they're
I mean, with
famous.
I know they're kind of a big deal. So, especially because you and I were at that conference where they first started this journey, right? We were all the big successful business owners with our 6-figure income, and they were these little scrappy guys that had nothing. And now we just look up to them like, what have you guys done?
I distinctly remember inviting them to karaoke because we had already planned, hey, we're going to go to karaoke. And then I saw them at the little cocktail dinner and I'm like, hey, come do karaoke. And Kenny was like, what? I love karaoke. So that's so exciting. Yay.
12.6 million today. I finally got the article to open. So go search them on Yahoo Finance if you want to find the article. Meanwhile, Kirstin, our loser of the week, a accountant in Wichita, Kansas, sentenced to 4 years in prison for defrauding clients out of more than $400K. And he was writing checks to the clients, but this is my favorite part of the article, is between 2021 and August 2022, federal prosecutors said that Flanagan wrote checks and initiated wire transfers that totaled nearly $410K to Middle Finger Ranch, a made-up name that Flanagan connected to his personal bank account. Middle Finger Ranch. No, it's not your favorite salad dressing. It is the company he used to pay out expenses.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, you can't make this up sometimes. Did you want to get caught? Middle Finger Ranch.
Well, and I feel like there's got to be a story. Like he did not just wake up one day and say, I'm in debt. I'm going to start doing this. I feel like there's a personal vendetta involved somewhere.
Yep.
There's got to be a story. I'm curious as to what the motive was behind the whole thing.
Here's the one thing I will say, though, is the amount of clients that come to me and they're just like, well, my friends do this tax strategy, or, my other accountant would do this or something. And they're just like, well, if he did it, it must be allowed. And I love bringing up these articles because it's like, no, I could find one of these every week of an accountant doing something dumb. It's just your accountant didn't get caught.
Correct.
So,
yeah.
Well, Kirstin, That's all the time we got today, so better make like a drum and beat it. But thank you for joining us, and
anytime. Anytime. We'll have to send Jeremy away again.
Yes, absolutely, especially if this gets good stats. So y'all know your homework, but until next time.
Bye.
Do you want to make $10,000 today? Do you want to lose 20 pounds in the next month? Do you want to be well-liked and respected by all your peers? We can't help you with that. You've come to the wrong place. But if you do want to earn an hour of CPE credit for listening to this episode, right after you finish, head on over to the Earmark app, take a short 5-question quiz, and you earn 1 hour of CPE just for listening to us. Happy quizzing!